I told my friends and when I told my mom and dad, they almost fell over. And hello everybody, it is Dingle here and welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing super duper well. And today I'm so excited to finally talk to you guys about something that I have been so passionate about for a few months now. Before I started sharing this part of me of like something that I'm so passionate about, I wanted to make sure that I was well informed about it and that I had all the information and I actually tested it out before I talked about it with you guys. So here I am. I used to think that the law of attraction was for very super feely people that are super into like meditation and yoga and crystals and energy. And there is absolutely no knock against people who are passionate about that. It's just simply not me. So I literally never gave the law of attraction a second thought. I kind of just brushed the concept off, quite honestly, until I learned that the law of attraction is actually based in science. It's one of the 12 universal laws and is likened to laws that we all learned about in school growing up, such as the law of gravity and the concept of inertia. As a massive science nerd myself, I was hooked. I watched a ton of YouTube videos on the basics of law of attraction. I read up on all of the techniques surrounding law of attraction and manifestation, how to manifest this, how to manifest that. But it wasn't until I actually put this law to the test myself that I was 100% convinced and honestly so shook. I'm still so shook. I'm like, how did I not know about this before? And how does everybody not know that this exists? I just don't understand. I feel like shouting it from the rooftops, quite honestly. So that's why I'm here today. Today I'm gonna talk about my first 2 law of attraction success stories because quite honestly, these are the funnest, yes, I'm using a word that doesn't exist, but these are seriously my favorite videos to watch on the law of attraction. So I wanted to share my first 2 with you today because I've told my friends and family about them. They get chills. I still get chills thinking about them. But before we get into it, if you are new to the channel, hello, my name is Mac Dingle, M-A-C-D-I-N-G-L-E. I live in Portland, Maine with my husband, Jack. Yes, Mac and Jack. The lighting keeps changing on me and I'm really sorry about that. But if you like lifestyle videos such as these, and even The Sims, the video game sprinkled in there because I have an obsession with it, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below because I post every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Everybody do not forget to give this video a big old thumbs up and let's hop into my first 2 law of attraction success stories. I can't wait to share these with you. For those of you who have absolutely no idea about the law of attraction or what it's about or whatever, I'm gonna share a really quick overview with you, but for those of you who do know all about it and just wanna skip to the success stories, here's where I start talking about those. Side note, apart from this super quick basic overview, if you want a law of attraction's basic separate video, I'm so happy to do one of those, or even the techniques that I personally use to manifest specific things within my life. I would be happy to do those separate videos, so just let me know down below. But anyway, the main principle behind the law of attraction is that every single thing on this earth has energy. That is a fact. If you look under a microscope at anything, you will see tiny vibrations going on. If you put me under a microscope, you would see a lot higher, faster vibrations than you would a stick on the ground, but that stick on the ground still has vibration. It still is giving off energy. I know, science is so cool. We're all vibrating all the time. It's awesome. And also rooted in science is that like energy attracts like energy. If something has a very high vibration, it's more likely to attract things that have a high vibration. The same thing with low vibrations. Low vibrations attract low vibrations. Again, it's just how science works. It just attracts all the like things. Like attracts like. And this is where we get into the cool part. So taking those basic concepts, in order to attract the life you want, the things in life that you want to get your vibration to the same as the thing that you want to attract. And there are a bunch of different techniques in order to raise your vibration, in order to attract these things that you want, such as visualization and journaling. Again, I can go on a whole rant about visualization and journaling, so if you want that, let me know, but these are the 2 that I keep coming back to. So a real quick example, if you want a car, say you want a Mini Cooper, Countryman, white, etc., you would visualize you driving off that lot with that car, literally closing your eyes and seeing what it would be like to drive off the Mini Cooper lot with that car, what would the steering wheel feel like? What would it feel like with the wind in your hair, the windows down? What's the smell that you smell driving off with that new car? How do you feel? Are you excited? Of course you are. It's a new car and you've been wanting this car for so long. You see how all of a sudden visualizing something that you've been wanting and like pretending that it's already yours, like physically in this visualization, it can get you excited about the thing. That's what I mean. It's physically raising your energy and excitement about the thing that you want as if you already have it, so that you can attract it in your life. In other words, you are raising your physical energy within your body that you are giving off, your physical vibration, in order to attract the thing that gets you that excited in your life. So again, if you want a more in-depth video on the basics of law of attraction, let me know down below. But let's get into my first 2 law of attraction success stories. I'm so excited. So after about a month of really knowing about the law of attraction and reading about it and watching videos about the basics and different tools in order to visualize, journal, etc., I turned to the book The Secret, and I'm still reading it. I still have around halfway to do it, but it only took halfway for me to be like, holy frick, how did I not know about this? This is insane. But it's almost as if you turned 27 and you didn't know about gravity your entire life, you know, something that you can't necessarily see. And someone came to you and was like, hey, did you know that you standing on the ground right now, yeah, that's because of a thing that you can't see called gravity. And if you were to go up in the planets that are like circling Earth around us, you would float because there's no such thing as gravity. Like, think about someone coming to you in like your mid-20s or mid-30s, wherever you are, and being told that there's a thing called gravity, but you can't see it. Like, it would take a minute to believe it. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that it was time to put this to the actual test. I was totally open to the concept, which is really important. I was not willing to just brush it to the side anymore. I really wanted to put this to the test. I really wanted this to be true, and I really wanted to believe it. So I got this idea from The Secret, actually, the book. There was this man in the book that was a little skeptical about the law of attraction, so he decided to manifest something small. Start small, and then if that happened, he realized that he could manifest anything he wanted in his entire life. He started with a feather. He literally drew the feather in his journal and said when he sees this feather, and he put like specific markings on it, like it was a very specific feather. And he knew that when he saw this feather, if he ever saw this feather, that it would be his feather. 2 days later, he's walking into a highfalutin, like high rise on Wall Street or something in New York City, and he looks down at his feet and it was his feather. There was a feather at his feet before walking in the door, and it had the exact marking of the feather that he had drew in his journal. So taking after that guy, I drew in my journal a rose. It wasn't any rose, it had no thorns on it, and specifically it was a short stemmed rose. Short stemmed, like not a long stemmed, not a bunch of roses, not like a dozen roses or anything like that, just a short stemmed rose. I journaled about this rose, just a few sentences as if I already had it, something like, you know, I'm so excited that I have this rose, because you journal as though you already have it, so you like get excited about it, you know? So it's like, you know, I'm so excited I have this rose. It means that I can manifest anything in my life, and it means the universe heard me and I now have this rose. Like, I literally journaled about it. I drew it. It was very short stemmed rose, etc. I wake up the next day and I am looking for this rose. I am like so pumped, like I am ready for it, and it doesn't come. So it's like, okay, I start to get skeptical, etc. But the thing is, law of attraction does not have a time frame. There is nothing that says it won't come the next day, and there's nothing that says it won't take 2 weeks. You can't micromanage when the thing that you have asked for will come. But I was an eager beaver, so I was wanting it right away. But anyway, 2 days later, it was a Sunday, and it was International Women's Day. So I was like, maybe today I'm gonna get my rose. Like, maybe someone like will be handing out flowers for International Women's Day, and they'll only have short stemmed roses, etc. Again, nothing happened on International Women's Day. And mind you, I didn't tell anybody about this. The thing with me and my obsession with science is I have to eliminate all other variables within my experiments. I need to be sure that the only explanation behind something is the thing that I am testing. So I don't tell Jack about it, I don't tell my parents about it, I don't tell anyone. I want to see if this is for real for myself. So it's the evening time, Jack is out at the gym. Again, this is before everything that is going on in the world today is going on. And Jack comes home with a single rose. A single rose. but it's not short stemmed. So he comes and he gives me the rose. He said, I didn't get you flowers for International Women's Day, so I wanted to pick up this rose. And the joke is that Ilya, our best friend Ilya, always got me flowers on International Women's Day because we worked in the same office and he would give all the girls in the office flowers. But the flowers would range from a little lily, a little bouquet of flowers, and then only 1 year within there, he got us single roses in the office. So in Jack's mind, I always got roses on International Women's Day, but that's just not the case. But he happened to just pick up one single rose. Okay. I thought to myself, you know, universe, that's funny. It's close, but it's not my rose. But I felt like I was getting closer, you know? They say that there's signs whenever you are manifesting something that the energy did get put out, the universe did hear you, and it's coming. But that I knew was not my rose. So we have dinner, and then later that night, I am looking for my only vase that accommodates single flowers. I only have one. It is a Simon Pierce vase. I love Simon Pierce. They're such a great like glass blowing company. It's so good. But I got this vase from my Auntie Anna when Jack and I got engaged. It's for like a small little bunch of flowers or just one single flower. And I don't have any other vases that would accommodate a single flower with like a longer stem, you know? So I go to look for this one vase because I have a single rose that I want to put in water. It's very sweet. It's for International Women's Day, so I was really pumped about it. And I go to look where the glassware that I have put when we were unpacking the apartment, and it's not there. Okay, and I go to look in other random places where I wouldn't have put this vase, and I can't find this vase anywhere. When I went to the glassware, there were all these different vases, like big vases that accompany a big bouquet of flowers, and then I have a medium vase that accommodates a small thing of flowers, but none of these vases would I ever put a single flower in because it would just look stupid. I would never put a single flower. It would just look floppy, you know, like it's too big. They're too big of vases, and I couldn't find this vase, and there's no explanation. There are no other boxes to unpack. The only things that I haven't unpacked are suitcases, and that has all of our wall decor in it, but I put all of our glassware all together because I wanted to wrap everything individually into one box, and that was already unpacked because all of the other glassware that I have ever is in the glassware space where I put all the glassware except for my single flower vase. So I say that now, but during the time I was like, okay, I can't find it, I guess, like I'll just put it in a small water glass. We have like short water glasses in the kitchen, but you can't put a really long like rose or whatever in it. So I get the scissors out and I go to cut the rose and then I stop and I realize because of the circumstances and everything that came together, I have to cut this rose in order for it to fit in any vase, in order for it to stay alive. And that's when I realized that I was about to have my short-stemmed rose. But I didn't want to believe it at first, like you are most likely right now. You know, I was like, there's no way, like I'm physically cutting it to make it my short-stemmed rose, you know? But I promise you, like when I say that I could not have controlled this situation more, just like I was trying to micromanage the fact that the universe had not delivered me a short-stemmed rose in this moment. Because one of the things that I know about the law of attraction is we have zero control over how the universe is going to deliver the thing that we have asked for, and it will most likely be in a completely unexpected way that we could not have predicted. Like I was looking for roses that were like in the flower section of the grocery department when I was grocery shopping on that Sunday, just in case like a rose was on the floor, etc. But it comes in a way that you won't expect, and you cannot micromanage how it comes, and you cannot micromanage the timing of it. So when I realized I was trying to micromanage or like explain away the fact that I didn't have my short-stemmed rose, I was shook. I had it. The universe delivered me a short-stemmed rose in a way I completely didn't expect. And who knows, I might find that vase in a completely unexpected box that I had no idea was not unpacked. But another thing about the law of attraction is the universe will move people, situations, etc. for this to come true for you if you truly believe it. So I truly felt that the universe had moved situations, boxes, my vase in order for me to have my short-stemmed rose. I was shaking, to put it lightly. I was shaking. I had manifested my first thing, and even if it was something small, it meant a whole lot bigger to me. All right, moving on to the one that you probably clicked on this video for. The time that I manifested $1,200. So after this rose, again, I was super shook, but I thought it was time to move on to something a little bit bigger. Not $1 million, but something like, you know, in between there, you know, like $1,200. Specifically though, it was for the new MacBook Pro 16-inch. Let me explain. I have been needing / wanting a new computer for a while. I don't want to wait until my current computer crashes in order for me to need a new one for my photos, my editing, videos, etc. So Jack and I did our research and we have our eye on the new MacBook Pro 16-inch, like a really good big sized laptop, all spiffed out for video editing, photo editing, etc. My current laptop is great. It works for now. It's definitely chugging along. It definitely gets hot and loud sometimes when I'm doing my video editing, so it makes me a little nervous, but it just wasn't made for these things because I got this laptop back when I wasn't editing videos or photos or anything at all. So Jack and I built my dream laptop online, and with all taxes, Apple Care, etc., it has come to $3,700. So our mentality was that we'll start putting money away for it now so that when my laptop does die, it's not a huge surprise and we'll have the money for when we need it. Fast forward and it's time to file our 2019 taxes. So we're getting all of that situation ready, and it turns out that I don't owe as much money as I thought I did as a 1099 contract employee in 2019 to the IRS. So our mentality there is we'll take the difference between what we thought that we owed and what we actually owe, and that leftover money we'll mentally put aside for my laptop fund, which left me with around $1,200 that I still needed in order to get the laptop. So I took to my journal and I started it off with, I am so happy and grateful that I now have my $1,200 for my MacBook Pro because X, Y, and Z, and I went through the whole thing. I journaled as if I already had it, peeling off the plastic on the screen, opening the box, turning the computer on, hearing that sound that Apple does with like when you turn on their machines, and then the sound bar lighting up and how big the screen was, getting myself excited, journaling just a few sentences about what it would feel like when I do get it, etc. So then I packed up my notebook. I made that journal entry on 3/14. I literally have it dated in my notebook. But something that I do know about the law of attraction now is you don't need to harp on it every single day. You basically trust that the universe heard you and your whatever you're asking for is on its way. It's about trusting that they heard you and believing in this law of attraction. So I simply just went about my days. The current world order started going crazy. We've been super preoccupied mentally with it, practicing our social distancing, etc. And it's not that I forgot that I'd asked for it. I was actually kind of excited that I knew that the universe was working on it, but I didn't think of like every single day, like where is it, when is it coming, you know? So flash forward about 2 weeks. I would say it was very beginning of April, literally just the other day. And I'm streaming and my mom had called. Of course, I missed it because I was streaming with you guys. Hi, I was hanging out with you. But it turns out she also called Jack. So Jack came in after the stream to let me know what my mom needed to tell us. But it turns out that this massive loan that the US took out in order to put towards relief of the situation, like nowadays, a big chunk of that is going to the IRS. And it turns out that if you had made under X in 2018 or 2019, depending if you've already filed your 2019 taxes, we as a married couple would be getting $2,400 as part of a relief fund for what is happening in the world today. I look at Jack and I smile and he goes, I know, right? For your laptop. And I look and I was like, no, that's not it. Like in my mind, I was like, okay, I asked for $1,200, like $2,400 is great. I'm not going to knock it, but like I kind of was like, I don't know, like is this it? Like I had asked for a very specific amount and they tell you to be very specific and the universe will deliver very specifically what you're asking for. So I was really happy because I was like, maybe this is it. And Jack had no idea that I was manifesting this specific amount of money, but we both had the thought that this could go towards the laptop. So when I explained to him that like I'm smiling because I had manifested 1,200 specifically, but this is great, we have 24, you know? He goes, no, Mac, it's 24 for us because we're a married couple. It's 1,200 per individual person. Guys, when I told my friends and when I told my mom and dad, they almost fell over. I am serious. Like, it could have been that the IRS was giving $1,250 to everyone. It could have been $1,300. It could have been $500. But specifically, the amount per person, if you've made under a certain amount in 2018 or 2019, is $1,200 specifically. I can't even, like, I am still shook whenever I tell this story. I just can't, it's just so crazy. But guys, those were my first 2 law of attraction success stories. If you want me to continue sharing these success stories, let me know in the comments below. I personally love watching them because it furthers my belief in this universal law. Like, I don't need any more proof personally for me to believe that this is true and to believe that I can manifest anything I want in this life. It is so crazy to me. But yeah, if you want basics videos, if you want technique videos, you want to know exactly how I journal in order to manifest what I do in my life, please let me know in the comments below. But either way, guys, if you are new and you've made it all the way till the end of the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. I post every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, everybody. Do not forget to give this video a big old thumbs up, and today's post notification shout out goes to Jazzy Galaxy. Jazzy Galaxy, thank you so much for always watching my videos and coming on in. I super appreciate it, guys. If you want to be notification shout out in my next video, all you have to do is be subscribed. Make sure you have that post notification bell turned on and you could be in my next video. I love you all so much, and I will catch you on Friday, my friends. I'll see you later. Bye!